The second adjustment I'm going to make is I'm going to try to re-core the inside of the steam wand assembly here. The tip is fine, so I'll show you that. So we just want to take this loose. This is a 14 millimeter again. Take apart the steam wand assembly here. The machine has cooled down since the last time I obviously worked on it. Turn this loose as you can by hand. Loosen the steam wand assembly. The nut here is loose also, so now all we have to do is to back out the knob here with this is a metal to metal fitting, so the stem comes out and it's all tightened, it's all screwed in. And so the stem is in fine condition here. I reconditioned it a little bit, so it's looking fine. I cleaned it off and everything. The thing that I bought was this, and this is a, let's see, it's just called a chamfer, a one piece. I made it so it's 1/4 of an inch or less. It's a 60-degree chamfer on the end, and I put it into this tool so that I could do this by hand. I don't want to really do anything mechanically this way. So I'm going to put it inside here. This is an experiment a bit. Just lightly turn this to recondition the inside of the steam wand assembly here, so that the metal makes a nice seal. So that's really all I'm going to do the first time around. It's a very sharp, this is a tungsten steel, and it did pull a little bit of a brass off on the inside, so it did clean it up. So I'm going to reinstall this piece, and to do that, simply again, I've got plenty of lubricant on it because I just had this out the last time I was doing it. Tighten the stem in here a little bit. Start the nut. Tighten this all the way down with the knob. Hopefully this will work nice and easy. Oh, you know what I forgot to do is I didn't brush that out. I want to brush out any debris that was inside of there, so it'll come out through the steam wand. But at the same time, I don't want the metal to touch any of the little bits that I may have cleaned out there. So we'll take that out. Go back to my little brass puddle brush here. Take it in. Just push it in a little bit to clean out anything that's there. Little air compressor. And because I cleaned that up a little bit, let's put a little bit of Mollycock back on here, since I may have taken some off, and this part won't hurt any to have a little bit additional. We're going to rethread, put this back on the threads, put it back just on the edge here. It really doesn't really matter on the point, and then make sure that we get some on the rubber gasket, and then back on the threads of the outer nut here, which pushes down. So how this works, how this seals, is this pushes down on this. There's washers on each side of this little black rubber washer, and so this nut here, right here, tightens down and squeezes that out a little bit so that it expands, and you don't have any leakage there, so you don't get leakage here. But where I was getting leakage was out of the tip, so that's what I'm trying to prevent. Again, start the threaded portion on the inside, start the nut at the same time. A lot of screwing back and forth, so that should take care of that portion. Shouldn't have to force this. I'm not going to force it down. There we go. I loosened it first. I didn't tighten it there, and so I want to make sure these threads don't cross thread. Everything gets tightened all at once. fingers clean here. This thing gets tightened, the knob gets tightened all the way down, and then back it back off just a hair so that you don't force it into that back piece. And the piece down here where it seats, take your 14 millimeter, give it a little tighten, and we're done. We're done with that one. Okay, so that's going to be an interesting experiment. I've never tried that, but it won't hurt anything. And so that's the second thing I want to fix.